Introducing on my show now, we have a female independent artist joining me on my show. We have Kayleigh Hall joining me. Welcome, Kayleigh. Nice to have you on my show, and good day to you.
Oh, yeah, thanks very much for having me. Yeah,
Brilliant. Just telling by your accent, are you from Lancashire way at all?
I am. I'm from Bacup, actually. It's
Oh,
the worst of it. Yeah, so proper tiny little town. There's more sheep than people. But yeah, it gets picked up quite a bit. I did a gig in Manchester a couple of weeks ago. I went and ordered a drink at a bar, and they immediately were like, "You're not from round here, are you?" I was like, "Yeah."
it's amazing. It's a lovely accent, nice, friendly, warm accent as well.
Oh, I do my best. Although you should hear me after a drink, it gets rather broad. You know what I mean? To pub and all that.
It's good to have an accent though. But I am going to ask you, what's the music scene like there in Lancashire at the moment? Could be better, could be worse.
Um, so it's a sort of complex question. So we've got a fantastic music community for the open mics and stuff. I've been going to the Rosemount Bake Up Folk Club since I was about 14. And they've been massively encouraging. The sort of the reason that I've done it, everybody was like, yeah, we'll teach you, we'll help you. There's quite a few venues that I play at locally. I try and stay in the valley where I can support like my local sort of places. But we're currently trying ourselves because we were saying earlier about supporting live music. We're trying to get more venues on board with it, with getting original artists. We're trying to get more kids involved doing teaching and stuff like that. And there's a big community of us that are trying to sort of grow what we've already got.
Mm.
So because I think for artists like me, the options are sort of go to Manchester, which is obviously a lot of travel, it's a lot of money, it's very busy. Where my attitude should be, we'll get sort of like take care of your own grass, you know what I mean, and get more opportunities there. So it's certainly getting better,
Yeah,
definitely. There's quite a lot of live music, yeah.
that's good. Good to hear. Community spirit. Did an interview with a a lady from your area, and she mentioned that as you say, community spirit is strong. That's what you need. Musicians like working together, helping each other out.
Yeah, definitely. It goes such a long way as well.
Yeah.
And I think because I started quite young, we've actually started something called the Northern Music Project. So it's a group of us together and we're doing
Mm.
like free sessions for kids and trying to encourage all that and stuff. Because I had that when I was younger and it's set me up for a fantastic career. I have a great time. And I think if you can pass that on, then brilliant. And it should like obviously now the educational systems are really lacking with funding and things like that to be able to give people those opportunities. So we've been like, right, let's get it done really. And it's been really nice, yeah, sort of paying it forward.
Just having a quick glance at your Facebook page as well. You got a few gigs which you've done coming up, which is good to see as well.
Yeah, I do need to get the rest of them booked in actually, because I do my own admin, which is a blessing and a curse because I'm
Yeah.
always like, right, I'll get on it and then I don't and I forget. So I do have some more coming up local as well. I do need to add on. It's just another
Mm.
job on the
Yeah.
never-ending list.
Of course, yes, I'm with you. You probably know this already, but I always find Google Calendars a great personal assistant.
Oh God, yeah, definitely.
Where would you be without Google Calendars or
Well, I'm quite old school, so I get the like really nice diary every year, and I find that if I write stuff down, sort of a connection in my brain that happens a bit better.
mm,
So the technology stuff doesn't sort of resonate with me,
mm,
even though it's really handy and some of it is brilliant. So I've kind of live and breathe from this one diary. If I lost it, I don't know what I'd do, but it's
mm.
yeah, I'm like an old
Some
woman in that respect.
sometimes go back, sometimes got to go back to basics. That's a true sign of a
Yeah.
good songwriter who puts pen to paper.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
Mm. And just looking in the background, guitars seem to be quite important part of your life.
Oh yeah, I do usually have more, but they've been moved downstairs. I call it my doom pile because
Yeah.
when you start doing music, people have been like, "Oh, I've got this guitar that's a bit broke. Do you want to fix it up and have it?" And I've been like, "Yeah, go on then." And then I think I've ended up with about 12 now. That one's actually a cello that I
Yeah.
got given. I can't even play it. Like, but that's the sort of project in the mist. And yeah, I think for me, they've all got like I end up writing different sorts of music on different instruments. So whenever I get a new guitar, I always say it's almost like it reveals a song. So I might end up doing something different based on the style of the
Mm,
guitar than what I would on like a normal acoustic or one
mm,
of my regular ones. But I think it's just a good excuse to keep hoarding them, to be
mm.
honest with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. Is it sad to see like music shops, like not so many music shops out there no more? A lot closed down. You know, when you actually wanted to go out and buy a guitar and try it, do you find that?
I do, yeah, we're quite lucky that we have got quite a few not too far away. So obviously there's quite a few in Manchester. There's Pro Solo in Burnley. I've bought a couple of guitars off him and he's really
Mm,
absolutely lovely, really nice. I recently got a Gretsch from him actually last year. That's like a second-hand one that's absolutely stunning. So we kind of go over there where we can, but I think we were saying about it'd be nice to have one in Rosendale just to go and pick up a couple of strings
mm,
instead of buying them online, go and have a chat. I think that the music communities have definitely dwindled over the last couple of decades, which is a shame. It would be handy.
mm,
This is
mm.
somebody watching should open one in my area
Yeah,
if you've got the
especially
money.
I'm from West Midlands and we're really lacking with you know when you just want to buy like a spare lead or a jack to jack cable.
Yeah.
We've got nowhere local, especially where I live, to do that. You know, understand. You know, times are hard now with businesses. I think the government should do more to like establish like businesses. You know, all businesses. You know, give them a
Oh,
helping hand.
definitely, yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
I think because it's something that where I've always said I'd love to do in future is almost like get a venue that's maybe like a bar and a cafe, but then got like a little music shop in it and
mm,
rehearsal spaces and places for teachers to come and like people who are self-employed come and do your lessons
yeah,
here. And I think it's just obviously getting the money. So for me, I'm 26, I'm a self-employed musician.
yeah.
It's quite hard to get such a big capacity of money together. But if I
Mm,
won the lottery, I'd do it tomorrow. I'd be like,
yeah.
right, like we're getting a venue, guys. Come on, like it'd be brilliant.
You never know. You got to buy yourself a lottery ticket now. You never
I
know.
know, yeah.
You've got a feeling.
Got
Um,
them signed tonight.
that's brilliant. No, well done. Um, yeah, so I was going to ask you, what types of music do you like to do? Is it kind of like the laid back kind of lounge kind of style of music you go for?
It's strange. So I actually watched a video recently about the death of genre since streaming online. It was saying that now people will listen to really varied sorts of music. So I'm a bit like that. I'll listen to everything from like heavy metal to drum and bass to folk stuff. And I think a lot of my songs, even though I've got some that are very like beautiful acoustic sort of songwriter, really nice chilled
Hmm,
sort of cleaning your house music. But then I've got other stuff that in my head I hear it and it's like a proper punk song, and I just need a band to come together and sort of be able to get that going.
hmm,
But obviously, because I'm doing it solo, you can only do so much with an
yeah.
acoustic guitar. But I love all of it really. I've got a few that are maybe like bluesy, folk. I've got some that are more pop, rock. I've got some that are quite heavy actually. But obviously, when you're doing it at a gig on a acoustic tailor, it doesn't quite translate the
Hmm.
same. Yeah.
I listened to Sunday Afternoon. Perfect song for a Sunday afternoon. Was that the type of ambience you were trying to create for the listener?
It is, yeah. So I was lucky enough when I was younger, I think I was about 19 or 20. I entered a young musicians competition at the Horse and Bamboo Theatre near me. And one of the judges, Martin Coogan, said, "Oh, I'd love to record you an EP and sort of
Hmm,
get you started." So I actually I wrote that the night before. It was looking back now, I think I would have I think I should have spent a bit more time with the song really before recording it. But I was like, it just kind of happened. I was like, right, I really want to do
hmm,
this Sunday afternoon. Um, but yeah, in my mind, it was just sort of like, because I think people go on about the Friday nights and Saturday nights and going out with the partners and having a great time. But I think that the most lovely moments in my life have been them moments where you may be a bit hungover, you're watching a film, you're just sort of chilling out. And I think if you can have that time when nothing's really going on, that's a sign of a good
hmm.
relationship, if you see what I mean.
And the other one was Leave Me a Light On, just listening to the lyrics. Would you say it's quite a romantic song for like, you know, couples, you know?
Um, kind of. So this is the thing, is like in my mind, I hear it so differently to how people take it. So people are like, "Oh, this is a lovely romantic song," but I actually wrote. I used to watch that '70s show I got really into it. And there's a scene in it where one of the characters, Donna, is staying home alone, and she says to a boyfriend, "Oh, I'll leave the porch light on for you, and you can come over." And I thought, "Oh my God, what a brilliant idea!" And I kind of sat down and just instantly blurted out this song in probably about 20 minutes. But in my mind, it's almost like I was in a relationship at the time where I was going through a lot. I was having difficulties in my own life. And it was sort of this thing of like, be patient with me, be kind with me. I'll come back to this when I'm ready. But I think it was one of those where it wasn't the right time in my life.
Hmm,
So, in a sense, it kind of is romantic. But for me, it's almost like a bit of a backhanded compliment because it's like, I do like you, but I don't want to be with you right now.
sure.
If you see what I mean. Yeah.
Brilliant. And also, what types of music do you like to listen to on your playlists?
Oh, everything.
Mm.
Oh God, I've got a dopamine playlist at the moment, which is all the songs that make me feel happy goes on it. And I think I've got the Smiths on there. I've got Bon Iver. I've got some old 20s music. A
Mm.
song called Shake Sugary that's really beautiful. And then Mongolian throat singing. I've got drum and bass. Like, so I truly do sort of listen to everything. But my favourite is probably bands like Fleetwood Mac. I love Bon Iver, absolutely adore that sort of genre, and James Vincent McMorrow, sort of like solo acoustic stuff. But then I'm really into like heavy drum and bass and go to all these festivals and have a great time. And I think for me, it's all sort of overlaps, if you see what I mean.
Mm.
Yeah.
Some good drum and bass music out there at the moment. Who's your favourite D&B artist?
To be honest, I couldn't tell you because I just listened to them.
Oh,
So
right, yeah, yeah.
I'm terrible where I'll just kind of get my speaker
Mm.
to put something on. As soon as I just add it in, I don't really look at them. But there's one at the minute, and it's that "Been Living in a Land Down Under."
Oh, yeah, yeah,
Yeah, that version. And honestly, I could listen to that on repeat at the
yeah.
moment. It's the proper dopamine hit of this year, I
It
think.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. That's Lou. That is. And there's DJ Fresh, obviously some classics there. Brilliant. Right, and I wanted to ask you, people who listen to your music also listen to bands such as the Cribs as well, and the Sorellas as well. You heard of any of them before?
Yeah. So the Sorellas is actually my band.
Oh, is it?
Um,
Okay.
it is. Yeah. So we've not been together long. It's probably only been about I think about 6 or 7 months, but it's three of us, three women, and it's a similar sort of vibe. So we have just actually done a release called Pond Life, and it's about wanting to live in a pond and escape
Oh,
all of this. But yeah, it's like acoustic guitar and three-part harmony, so it's quite similar to mine, but obviously we've added harmonies and we're writing and starting to get on the gigs now, and just yeah, it's been lovely. Yeah.
oh, great. I wouldn't mind playing that on my show. Should we give that a spin on my radio show, the
Oh
Pond
yeah,
Life?
get on it. Yeah,
Great.
why not?
Yeah. So if you we'll sort that out for you.
Oh,
Great.
brilliant.
Well, thanks so much for joining me on today's show. They go so quick, these interviews. And yeah, best of luck with your new singles and everything in your gigs. Kayleigh Hall joined me on today's show, special guest.